Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Beyond the School Run video vlog. Today I've been really excited about sharing this chat with Zoe, who I met when my son moved school and we were chatting whilst we were watching them play football. And as soon as I was chatting to her, I just knew at some point I needed to share her story here on the Beyond the School Run platform. So thanks Zoe for joining us.
No, thank you for having me.
And Zoe is what I refer to as a professional athlete, runner. I will share her Instagram on her Instagram at the end of this. But what I really wanted to share was talk to Zoe about was how she came to this, having now had 3 children, and what you were doing before. So could you just share a little bit about what you're doing now and what brought you to that and what you were doing before children, and then how you actually came to do what you're doing now, which is absolutely incredible and hugely inspirational, I think, to many women, girls and men, that you can go on and create a whole new journey ahead that's possibly completely different to before. So yeah, could you explain a little bit more about what you do?
So now I'm a runner and I compete for Great Britain internationally twice a year for age group. So I'm a vet 40 and I'm ranked number 1 in the UK for the 800, and I won the World Championships in March in the 1500 and the 3000 metres. And I'm not elite, but I do still compete for senior women in club level.
Which is extraordinary because this isn't what you did before, Zoe. So pre-children, what did you do pre-children, first of all, please?
So I was fashion designer. I did lingerie and sleepwear and a bit of swimwear and trend work. I worked for Debenhams and for suppliers who then worked for Ted Baker, Red or Dead. And then I helped set up 2 brand at Sainsbury's.
Brilliant. And then you went on and had your children. You've now got 3, and you carried on your profession after you had your second. Could you tell us a little bit more about what this transition from going from there to this incredible process you've gone in transforming your body, your health, all of it is incredible.
So I carried on working between my first 2, George and Henry. I was working freelance for Tesco, but I found that it was just too stressful. I couldn't be involved in fashion, go into London and be involved in the same way, and I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be at home. I always wanted children, and I wanted to be taking them to school and picking them up, and I didn't want to have a nanny or work full time. And it was just so. Then after George, I had got an autoimmune disease, and that got me into exercise because I wanted to be fit and healthy and be as healthy as I could be with chronic liver disease. So the people that I met in the fitness industry said you really should be working in the fitness industry. So I trained as a triathlon coach and took mum's running groups as well.
And what's amazing is you mentioned that as a child you were people would point out to you that this was potentially something that really shone through in you, and now after having children this is coming through now.
Well, I was spotted quite a few times by running clubs, and even like Brendan Foster's son, who was at school with me, was like, "You're a really good runner." And and they kept asking me to join clubs, and my mum and dad were just like, anybody can run, go and play tennis, do gymnastics, play hockey. Although I had that natural talent, I never took it. I was county champion for the 400 metres and long jump. I never took it in the direction that I kind of could have done and should have done, maybe. But then I really wanted children, and actually mentally, getting the injuries, and it's quite hard being an athlete. Well, it's really hard, and I think maybe I'm better equipped now to enjoy it and really love it. And
what I love about what you're doing is it's such an inspiration, the fact that you've had 3 children and you're creating this whole new path, and it's so exciting to see what you're doing on Instagram and how you're transforming, and your performing at such a high level, which is incredible. For those out there who possibly are are looking for a whole new direction, or possibly maybe have had somewhat experiences with autoimmune as well, would you have any tips in terms of how you've gone through that and also found your passion and kind of purpose, very clearly a purpose which is helping others and inspiring them at the same time? Would you have any tips for those people out there who may be watching this now?
I think it's all about being the best version of yourself, and really thinking about your journey and doing what you love to do. And being ill, for me, put life in some sort of perspective, really, that of the important things. And it's about doing what you love to do, and not worrying about what other people are doing, not comparing yourself too much.
Yeah, it's great advice, and also kind of seeing that there's always a potential path, an exciting path ahead, and yours was, your purpose and passion hadn't changed from when you were a child. It's just coming out now, like you say, it may be that this is the right time for it to happen. It's amazing.
Well, that's it. I mean, after kids, I think,
and
being older makes me mentally stronger, really, to cope with it.
It's absolutely brilliant, Zoe. Yeah, it's brilliant. So could you just tell us your Instagram account so we can...
It's Zoe Louise Doyle, Master Athlete.
Brilliant. Well, Zoe, thanks so much for coming on today. I will share more about what Zoe's up to, because I'm just so excited about where this is going to lead her, and I think there's going to be some exciting stuff coming from Zoe in the future. So thanks so much for coming on today, and I look forward to connecting with you next week. Thanks so much. Bye.